guess I'm just holding it. In worst case, we have video and then there'll be audio.
Good morning. Thank you, Ms. Smith. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, that is much better. Thank you. Dear charter school students, parents, and community, as the CEO of the Pennsylvania Coalition of Public Charter Schools, I am honored to welcome you to the National Charter School Week celebration here in Pennsylvania. This week holds special significance as we come together to celebrate the profound impact of charter schools have had on our communities and the lives of countless children. As a part of our mission, the steadfast commitment of advocating for children access to high-quality charter schools that are academically rigorous and safe environments where children can thrive. Our charter schools are built on the foundation of safety first, relationships with students and families, and the motto, we can do better. We firmly believe that every child deserves the opportunity to receive an education that empowers them to reach their full potential. Central to our advocacy is in the belief of empowering our parents. And can we please have a round of applause for our parents? When I started on my own advocacy journey, it was as a parent before it was as an educator. And I was looking into options for my own students and what was best. I've been able to choose both public, traditional schools, public charter schools, private schools, and technical schools for my own children. I am grateful to live in a state like Pennsylvania where school choice is available. We want to make sure that there's always this availability. When we're losing thousands of residents each year, the one thing that people are looking for is school choice in our K-12 education. We recognize that every child is unique with individual needs and aspirations, and we must ensure that our parents have the freedom to select the educational path that is right for their child's unique journey. However, our work does not end with this celebration. We are actually aware of the challenges confronting us, from funding cuts to enrollment caps, from decreases in special ed funding to these pitfalls of poor authorizing in Pennsylvania. But let me assure you, we are not daunted. We are resolute in the determination to fight against any obstacles that threaten the integrity and growth of charter schools in Pennsylvania. We can look to other states across the country to see what school choice does to improve the economics of the state: Florida, Arizona, Texas. We are the fourth largest funded state in the United States, and yet our achievement is at the 34th percentile. Our collective responsibility is to ensure that Pennsylvania continues to grow and flourish, and school choice is the vehicle that will propel us towards that brighter future. Parents should not have to uproot their families in search of quality education. Instead, they should find it right here in Pennsylvania. So let us stand in our abilities to solidarity, that we will champion the cause of school choice with unwavering determination. Together, we will build a Pennsylvania where every child has the opportunity to succeed, and families have the freedom to choose. Every community thrives. Thank you for being here in Pennsylvania with us for National Charter School Week. We're going to hear from students and
the parents of my students how difficult it is for many of them to find an education in their local school districts that meets the needs of their students, whether it be a special education need or a medical need. And so coming to CCA has been the right choice for my family. It has been the right choice for many families, and we need to keep this as a choice available for all families. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There's nothing more important than the family story. We are so lucky to have a parent ambassador program with the Pennsylvania Coalition of Public Charter Schools. And one of our ambassador parents is Jim Mallard. Not only has Jim Mallard stood up and spoke out for charter schools here in Pennsylvania, he recently traveled to Washington, D.C. with his family and was our representative for our state, Pennsylvania. Please welcome Jim Mallard, friend and charter school champion.
There is a spark of hope today. Public cyber charters. They're innovative schools. They're revolutionizing education with personalized education paths and empowering students to thrive. In a world where every child has access to a world-class education, tailored more to their unique needs and delivered virtually, shattering geographic barriers. The astonishing part is, if we put all of the charter school students in Pennsylvania together, they would fill Heinz Field and Lincoln Financial Field and have a few left. If we wanted the more accurate number, we could fill all of the major league and minor league stadiums in the state combined. That's a big number. It's a testament to the power of choice in education. These students are brimming with hope and potential. They would also be Pennsylvania's third largest city. But yet, here we are again, locked in a funding battle with school boards that claim to outdated models. I feel we're echoing Mark Twain's comment of arguing with idiots, but I will digress. Philadelphia alone has closed 17 charter schools that were working, while not a single traditional school district has faced closure. This makes no sense. We need to move forward from this tired script and stop fighting over scraps and embrace innovation. Public cyber charter schools are a powerful tool. It's time we invest in their success and unleash the potential of every Pennsylvania student. Let's champion public cyber charter education and build a brighter future for our children. The time to act is now.
Thank you, Jim. I always feel that the most powerful voice is our student voice, so please welcome Angel Rodriguez and Gerard Lake from PAC.
I was scared that I wouldn't belong at PA STEM Academy. It was my first day, and I felt like I couldn't be smart enough to be in a school. I was about to give up until my teacher told me that as long as I keep going and never stop, then I could make it anywhere. Yeah. And I was so scared because I thought I wouldn't belong and I would just get kicked out of school for not being smart. But I realized as long as I keep going and not giving up, I could go anywhere, be someone any day.
When I first came into PhD, felt nervous, but when I got to know my teachers, I felt comfortable and I knew I could do something and make a big person shine. And I knew that I could be comfortable with the teachers and know how to cooperate and know how to stay focused and stay on my prohibited and just know how to just stay with my teachers and listen and be good.
I love that. Can we give them one more big round of applause? I love the student voice. My colleague is going to speak to us about about her message of charter schools. Please welcome Mrs. Shantae Smith.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh my, let's start this again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for that, because I missed that when I was teaching class, so I need to get it. Good morning to everyone here. Today I stand before you with an unwavering passion for a cause that lies at the heart of our nation's future: school choice. This is not merely about options, it's about the power of choice, the power to shape destinies, and the power to transform lives. Every child deserves to flourish, to thrive, and to reach their fullest potential. Yet, too often, our education system fails to provide the diverse array of options that our children so desperately need. That's why I'm fiercely advocating for school choice, because it's not just a matter of convenience, but one of justice. We cannot continue to confine our children to cookie-cutter classrooms that do not cater to their individual needs and aspirations. No child should be bound by their zip code or economic status when it comes to accessing quality education. School choice tears down these barriers and empowers parents to take charge of their child's future. And let's talk about charter school, the beacon of innovation and excellence in our education landscape. Charter schools represent the epitome of possibility, where educators are given the freedom to innovate, to inspire, and to ignite the flames of curiosity within every child. But make no mistakes, the fight for school choice is not without its adversities. There are those who seek to stifle innovation, who seek to mainstream the status quo at the expense of our scholars' future. We cannot allow this to happen. We must rise up, unite in our convictions, and demand that every child has the right to choose their educational path that best suits them. So I implore you, stand with me in this fight. Let your voices be heard. Let your passion be felt, and let us never waver in our commitment to providing every child with the opportunity to succeed. Together we can build a brighter future for generations to come. My name is Shantae Reese Smith. I am the manager of members and partner engagement at the Pennsylvania Coalition of Public Charter Schools. I'm a parent and a proud grandparent.
Shantae, I've always chosen you to be my teacher or my children's teacher. Thank you. We're going to welcome a great mother who has stood up for school choice in many areas. So please welcome Tammy Mallard.
My name is Tabitha Mallard, and I stand here today as a mother, an advocate, a Pennsylvania voter, and a concerned Pennsylvania resident. I am the mother of 2 kids, an 8th grader and an 11th grader at Commonwealth Charter Academy, a public cyber charter school in Pennsylvania. We picked CCA because the fact is that my kids were failed by their local school district. Do you know what is not unique about our family story? Is that it is happening every day across Pennsylvania in district schools. Every day, a student is waking up in fear of going to school because of being let down and bullying. Bullying. Let's talk about bullying for a moment in Pennsylvania. It has become such a large issue in this state that is honestly sickening to parents across the state. Except, what is being done about it? Nothing. Except for the governor and local districts are trying to bully our families back into the districts that failed them. With Bill 1422, they are trying to make our children return to unsafe environments, and that is something that us parents are not going to stand for. Not once has a single person who is trying to push through this bill said to us, why did you leave that school? Why don't you want to return to a district? The governor boasts that he's going to give public schools more money. Then he turns around and wants to cut the funding for students across the Commonwealth who are finally finding where they belong, a place they are able to learn the way that fits them best. Thanks to the educational freedoms that we are all here today fighting for and standing up for. School choice is strong in Pennsylvania, and all of us here today are going to make sure it stays that way. We need to stand united and remind the governor that we are part of PA, and that the students and families you see here today are all part of the public education system in PA, that we deserve to have our voices heard. Today we all here to tell the governor and lawmakers in these halls, we deserve to have our choice of education for our children protected as much as local district schools are being protected. Our civil right to free and appropriate education for all students in PA, and for those students who are able to find a school that works for them. At CCA, we say how schools should work. Governor Shapiro's office declined to meet with my daughter and listen to the story of how she was bullied and attacked and why school choice is important for him and other lawmakers to protect. How can he claim to be for all students in PA, but then only visit and support students who attend schools that are donating the most money there? We want our choice and our school funding kept safe. We want the governor to acknowledge that cyber charter schools are public schools and to start hearing the voices of the hundreds of thousands of students in PA who deserve the right to learn in environments and in a way that's best for them. Governor Shapiro, will you protect every student that attends a public school in Pennsylvania? Not only local district schools, but public cyber schools and public charter schools. All need protection and all need funding. Today we say, Governor Shapiro, show us that you actually do care for the families in Pennsylvania and the children of Pennsylvania, and you will protect the funding for all public charter schools in Pennsylvania.
Hi, I wasn't prepared to speak tonight, but sometimes that makes for the best messages. My name is Jane Popove, and I am a parent of 2 children who attend PAC. Not only that, but I'm a product of school choice. I don't live in Harrisburg, I live in Dauphin County, and so I use STEAM choice, school choice, to be able to have my kids go attend this amazing school. Not only that, I serve on the school board as parent representative, former PTA president, STEAM Stars facilitator, classroom volunteer, and the list goes on. So I'm happy to be able to bring service to a school. Most recently, my daughter was on a team that represented the state of Pennsylvania in the Minneapolis. Yes, and so trust me, and so I'm so happy to be a part of that. And again, without school choice, I wouldn't have been able to have those opportunities and give my services. So I'm very appreciative, and we got to meet I've got to meet amazing teachers like Mr. Hawkins and Jen Morrison. So thank you.
Last year, Shantae Reese Smith asked if we could have a Youth Ambassador Day at our conference, and of course I agreed, but out of that first 80 students, it's growing to over 100 this year. We have students coming as far as Pittsburgh to join us in Lancaster in October. We had our first Youth Ambassador really step forward. She did it at the conference. She continues to represent the state of Pennsylvania amazingly. Me and Shantae are both so proud of her and mentor her any moment that we can get. And so please welcome Isabella Mallard and her brother. Isabella.
My name is Bella Mallard. I'm an 8th grader at Commonwealth Charter County, a public charter school in Pennsylvania. I'm here to be heard. I believe my voice should be as important as the voices of the lawmakers here in Harrisburg. They are trying to take away these are things I could not do at my old school. They are not invested in my success, like in my well-being, like the staff at CCA is. My old school didn't want to understand me, and they didn't want to. They didn't want to fully understand me and my brother, what me and my brother go through on a daily basis. They use terms about my autistic brother, like you make those types of kids look in the eye, and he can't be autistic. He doesn't flap his arms. I wish the governor would have accepted my request to meet. He declined meeting with me. He decided that he didn't need to have a conversation about this in person or about how CCA and IEP team how I have and how they saved me. How Miss Michelle fights for me and how my rep and cares about me. How Miss Monique fights for me and helps me reach my goals. And how Miss Tracy cares about me, cares about who I am and what I have to say, and how we work together to make sure that I'm safe. And that I feel heard and I feel respected. And my educational goals and career goals are working together to make me the best I can be. I'm truly thankful for them and the other members of my IEP team and the CCA staff members. I hope I never have to consider what life would be like without CCA, because honestly, I would believe that I wouldn't be as successful as I am now. I would become that girl who's closed off again and quiet again. The girl who would have panic attacks just thinking about the bus arriving or being in school. I never want to go back to being her. I want to keep making my voice loud and clearly heard. Can you hear our voices yet, Governor Shapiro? We are the youth of PA, and we are rising to show you that you will not be told our school choice is wrong or how we learn isn't fair. Governor Shapiro, I challenge you to speak with me and other public cyber charter schools and public charter schools across PA. And to hear the truth behind our choice. To quote Taylor Swift, they aren't going to help us, too busy helping themselves. They aren't going to change us, we got to do it ourselves. They think that it's over, but it's just begun. The youth of PA is speaking out. We will be heard. Now we are just waiting for your answer, Mr. Governor. Will you help us? Will you listen to us now?
Thank you for inspiring all of us today. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Closing out will be my colleague Cheryl Johnson Watts. I have to tell you, I have the most amazing team at the Pennsylvania Coalition of Public Charter Schools. I often have to tell them to work less because they work so much. But I want to say I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the work that we've done. I'm grateful for all of our parents here, students in our charter schools across Pennsylvania. I know sometimes it gets lost, but we are making a difference in children's lives, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters, children. Please welcome my colleague, Cheryl Johnson Watts.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. It is a real privilege to work at the Pennsylvania Coalition of Public Charter Schools. And I was able to do that because of the Pennsylvania Charter Schools Program Grant, for which I am the project director. Our goal is to bring more charter schools that are high quality, that are meeting the needs of their community, and that are doing all of the things outlined in legislation that was done ages ago under the Clinton administration. Each year, somewhere in this country, there is a state where there are charter schools that are either new, expanding, or replicating that have an opportunity for at times as much as $1.5 million to support the objectives of that group of individuals who formed that charter school, whether it's a new school or expanding school or a replicating school. The beauty of what we have seen in the state of Pennsylvania is amazing. There are wonderful schools that I have to mention, but believe you me, not at the exclusion of other phenomenally, fantastically managed schools across this state. Bear Creek Community Charter School, Midland Innovation and Technology Charter School, City Charter High School, PA STEAM, Renaissance Academy, Penn Hills Charter School for Entrepreneurship, Seven Generations Charter School, Life Male STEAM Academy, and last but not least in the group of 9 is our wonderful charter school, also known as Provident Charter School West. I pause because Provident Charter School West is what we call a replicated school, and it's based on a model at Provident Charter School, which serves the needs of children that are living with dyslexia, and they're finding ways for them to thrive with dyslexia. This type of specialization and innovation comes from the charter school movement. And the thing ourselves. Are they able to shift and maneuver and come up with the different innovations that we know have come from charter schools? This is an ecosystem. Just like in any other ecosystem, the education ecosystem does not have one specific species. Can we begin to look at things scientifically and understand it takes different types of schools to meet different types of needs? I look forward. I so look forward to the day as we add 9 more schools to this grant and we reapply to do this grant again, that all schools, traditional as well as private schools, will begin to see the very place that the charter school movement serves within the education ecosystem. We thank you all for being here today, and thank you for spreading the word about charters and the wonderful things that charter schools are doing in your community.
If everyone can stay in place and my team can join us so we can get this picture, that would be excellent.
Take the thing.